WWE Night of Champions is right around the corner, and it's time to make my predictions. Before we get into it, let's just be happy that we have 6 matches on a PLE. You love to see that. Hopefully, this is the start of a new era. We have 3 total championship matches and a lot of good storylines going. This is going to be fun. Here we go. First up, we have Cody Rhodes versus Gunther versus Sami Zayn for the undisputed WWE Championship. This could be Sami's moment, especially with a third person involved. He's never had a better chance to win. If they ever pull the trigger on Sami Zayn, is it right here, right now, especially in midst of this weird heel run that he's on? Not gonna lie, I kind of love the idea of Sami getting a really dirty win, becoming champion, but doing it in a very non-Sami Zayn way. And then like he doesn't want to defend his championship. Why should he give it to Cody? Why should he give it to Gunther? He beat them already. And then the championship changes him, and that's when like Kevin Owens would return, and then we get a good old Kevin Owens Sami Zayn run, because Kevin Owens is definitely going to return as a babyface. He's not coming back as a heel. And a Sami Zayn Kevin Owens match for the WWE Championship would be insane. I would love that feud. Cody Rhodes can move forward with Randy Orton, with CM Punk, with Gunther. I kind of love this idea, and I'm going to keep it a buck. I just thought about this while I was speaking out loud. I'm going to change everything I had planned. I'm going to pick Sami Zayn to win. This is the main event, by the way. I would not be surprised if they want to end it with a bang. Sami Zayn in Saudi Arabia. I'm saying yes. I'm saying Sami Zayn's gonna win in a dirty way, whether it's a low blow or using a weapon of some sort. I don't know. Give me Sami Zayn winning his first ever WWE Championship, but in a tainted way, where it's not the way the real Sami Zayn would have wanted to win. And it's gonna create this fun narrative where he finally won the big championship, but he did it in a way that nobody respects. And I think that's gonna play into some really cool storylines. Give me Sami Zayn winning the undisputed WWE Championship. Then we have Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker in a steel cage match. Braun Breaker is now without the tag team championship. He just lost it Monday night on Raw. Seth Rollins and the Division are still feuding. The Street Profits are still involved. Joe Hendry is still involved. So I think we're gonna get some shenanigans. And for some reason, I feel like this is where Bronson Reed returns. I feel like I predicted this before, but I think Bronson Reed should be ready to return. I'm not exactly sure what the timetable is, but now sounds like a good time. Get him involved, cost Seth Rollins the match probably, and this has to culminate at SummerSlam. I mean, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker ending this trilogy at Night of Champions just sounds a little bit weird. I feel like the stakes need to get crazier. Maybe somebody has to leave the show. Maybe Seth Rollins goes to SmackDown or something. I don't know. I'm growing uninterested in this feud, but I do love me some Seth Rollins. I love me some Braun Breaker, and I wanted to continue just one more time. So give me Braun Breaker with a dirty win here, and then Seth Rollins taking it at SummerSlam, probably down the road. But let's not forget that Roman Reigns whispered something into Jacob Fatu's ear a few weeks ago, and it really sounded like he told Jacob Fatu to go for Seth Rollins. I'm not a lip reader, the audio wasn't clear, but it sounded like he said Seth Rollins, and if they go that direction, I'm all for it. So maybe Jacob Fatu gets involved in this match. I love the sound of that, because Seth Rollins getting mixed in with the Bloodline is always fun for me, but I'm not sure if we go down that route, especially with Solo Sikoa becoming a part of this Bloodline feud, and what's going to happen with the King of the Ring. Is Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns the right time? I'm not sure, but don't be surprised, I guess, if we do see Jacob Fatu during or after the match. Then we have Trick Williams versus Ricky Stanks for the United States Championship. I'm going to keep it short here. This is going to be a really good match, a really good spotlight for Ricky Stanks, who I think has done some really good work lately, and I think he's going to control a lot of the match, but this is going to end in a Trick Williams dub. I don't think we're going to see interference from Carmelo Hayes. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't think Lil Yachty is going to be much of a factor. I think this is just another championship defense for Trick Williams, a great opportunity for Ricky Stanks. Trick Williams will continue to be the champion. He is too good, too over, too awesome. Nothing is changing yet. Give me Trick Williams over Ricky Stanks. Then we have Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill for the United States Championship. Listen, I hate that this is my prediction, but it's hard to imagine something like this not happening. I think Tiffany and Jade are going to have an incredible match, and as Tiff is climbing to the top to finish the job, I do think we're going to have some interference from from Michin and BFAB, and then probably some interference from Charlexa, and we're going to continue this whole little situation. I would love for this to be a clean match. I just feel like it's not going to be. I think the best case scenario here is Tiffany Stratton fends off BFAB and Michin on her own and then defeats Jade Cargill. I think that'd be awesome. I know we have Blake Monroe and Julia in the picture, probably, maybe. I'm not really sure what's going on there. I don't know what Charlexa does. I don't know where they fit in this whole story, but regardless of how things go down, whether it's a DQ, whether it's Tiffany winning clean, I think Tiffany Stratton's winning. Then we have Io Sky versus Liv Morgan in the Queen of the Ring final. Now, hear me out. This prediction's a little bit crazy, but I think the Judgment Day is going to interfere in this match. That's not the crazy part. We kind of can expect that. I think Rhea Ripley is going to ward them off. I think Rhea Ripley returns from an injury. I'm not really sure how bad it is. I don't think we've been given a timetable on what's really going on. I think Rhea Ripley returns. I know that seems random, but she is very closely linked to this situation. She's got a lot of history with Liv, of course, and she's best friend with Io, of course. I think Rhea Ripley fends off the Judgment Day. Nice pop there. She doesn't really have to wrestle or anything, but she interferes, wards them off. Io Sky wins the match, defeats Liv Morgan, is the Queen of the Ring, and then Io Sky has to make the decision on, well, do I face Liv Morgan? Or maybe do I make history again and have an incredible match with Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam? I feel like the decision there could be really fun. Ultimately, I would want her to go after Rhea Ripley because Io Sky, Rhea Ripley running it back on a huge stage like SummerSlam for the championship would be amazing. I don't know if that's too random. And then you can still do Stephanie Vauquer, who I assume will return very soon after Night of Champions to face and feud with Liv Morgan at SummerSlam down the road. I kind of love that scenario. So I have Io Sky winning with the help of Rhea Ripley. And then we got the King of the Ring finals with Oba Femi and Jey Uso. I have never seen WWE fans so divided because it sounds like half of the world thinks Brock Lesnar is going to cost Oba Femi the King of the Ring, and now the other half thinks that Solo Sikoa is going to cost Jey the King of the Ring. Listen, Brock Lesnar returning in this match and destroying Oba Femi, giving Jey Uso the win and feeding into this semi-heel run we've been seeing makes all the sense in the world. And I think Jey Uso as King of the Ring can still take that swerve and can end up being Jey Uso Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, stirring up the bloodline drama, leading to the whole story of The Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania 43. I think that still works as a very real possibility. Or maybe Solo does cost Jey, and Oba does win the King of the Ring and does end up beating Roman Reigns at SummerSlam in a crazy way, and it ends up being Oba's title versus Brock's career down the road. I feel like that's very much possible too. Either way, whether Oba wins, whether Jey wins, it's going to lead to something incredible. But I feel like we all got to remember one thing. Being the King of the Ring does not mean they're going to win the championship. It's just an opportunity. Nothing is guaranteed. So with that being said, I love both scenarios, but I'm gonna predict Brock Lesnar interferes in the finals match and Jey Uso wins the King of the Ring. People are gonna be mad, but I think it's gonna be fun either way. What do you guys think? Honestly, I think Night of Champions has potential to be the PLE of the year. You got a really stacked card with some really awesome matches, really awesome storylines. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Very excited for this card. I don't know if I'll be live or not. Regardless, I'll see you guys on social media. Enjoy. Take care.